This episode is brought to you by Odd Moe's Pizza in Canby. Handmade awesome pizza plus craft beer, wine, and cider delivered. Order today at 503-263-8444 or visit them online at oddmoes.com.
This episode is also brought to you by Canby Foursquare Church. Since 1978, a place to grow, connect, and serve. Sunday services on campus and online at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Learn more at canbyfoursquare.com. Welcome to Now Hear This Canby,
Your source for news.
The threat of a possible teacher strike was avoided this week.
There's a new, irresistibly cute creature winning over fans, and its name is Scootaloo.
Sports.
It's like Lucy in the football. You want to kick a field goal, but they take it away from you.
We had to learn how to win.
Goal can't be in the last second of the game! And interesting conversations.
Because I'm one of the strongest girls ever, and I know that for a fact.
I just really enjoy writing gossip as if I was a bear.
With an old maid daughter that make the best moonshine in the coast.
And if it would have hit me in the face, I think I would have died. I really do.
I guarantee you would have died, man. Are you kidding me?
Welcome to Now Hear This Canby podcast. Thanks for listening. I'm Tyler Clausen, and this is what's happening this week in our community. Less than 3 months after getting officially underway, the state's $20.2 million repaving and reconstruction project on Highway 99E through Canby has hit a major snag and will be paused for an indefinite period of time, the Oregon Department of Transportation announced on Friday. ODOT officials said that during excavation work on the 1.5-mile section of Highway 99E that is under construction, crews found a crack in the 1960s-era stormwater pipe that needs to be replaced before any additional work on the road can continue. With the information we had while designing the project, we anticipated the pipe would not need sufficient work, officials said in an email on Friday. After excavating around it, we know that this is not the case. If the work were to continue without replacing the pipe, the use of heavy equipment could cause further damage, ODOT says, and replacing it now will reduce the likely scenario of having to tear up the new pavement to fix leaks or replace the pipe in the future. ODOT did not say how much the pipe would cost to replace or how long it would take, or how long the project would be delayed. Officials are currently working to determine the best way to replace the pipe and complete the project. The project officially kicked off with sidewalk work and curb replacement late last year. The repaving of 99E began in January on the west side of town near Berg Parkway and was initially anticipated to wrap up in the fall of 2023 at the Pine Street intersection. Future updates will be posted to ODOT project website and through email when available. The Portland Trailblazers' loss was the Canby Cougars' gain this week. As the United States Marine Drum and Bugle Corps and Marine Corps Silent Drill Platoon performed their routines before a packed assembly at the Canby High School Tuesday after their planned halftime show appearance was canceled due to a scheduling snafu. Students were encouraged to dress in red, white, and blue and show their patriotic spirit. Local veterans and other special guests were invited to attend, including 99-year-old World War II Marine veteran Golda Hamill Fabian of King City. Found in 1934, the U.S. Marine Drum and Bugle Corps consists of 80 active duty Marines who perform in ceremonial red and white uniforms. It is the only full-time active duty drum corps in the United States Armed Forces. Its mission is to provide music and drill ceremony for the commandment of Marine Corps, hence its official designation and the nickname the commandment's own. The United States Marine Drum and Bugle Corps travels more than 50,000 miles every year, performing over 400 events worldwide. The Marine Corps Silent Drill Platoon is a 24-man rifle platoon that performs a unique precision drill exhibition designed to exemplify the discipline and professionalism of the United States Marine Corps. The Silent Drill Platoon first performed in the Sunset Parades of 1948 and received such an overwhelming response that it soon became a regular part of the parades at the Marine Barracks in Washington, D.C. For photos, you can find this story on our website at canbyfirst.com or follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Canby Current. The Canby Rotary Club and Canby School District on Friday unveiled a peace pole, an internationally recognized symbol of hope and harmony at Baker Prairie Middle School. The pole bears the message, "May peace prevail on earth," also known as the peace prayer coined by Japanese poet and philosopher Masahisa Goi in 1955. Also enclosed are some 500 messages from Baker Prairie students about the importance of world peace. The message, "May peace prevail on earth," is in 4 languages. Rotary past President Cash McCall explained at a brief dedication ceremony Friday afternoon. English, Spanish in recognition of our neighbors to the south, French in recognition of the diplomatic language used at the United Nations, and Japanese in recognition for starting the peace message. The Peace Pole project started in Japan in 1955 and has spread throughout the world with more than 250,000 poles standing in 191 countries. The Baker Prairie pole is Canby Rotary's 5th and the school district's 3rd. Poles have also been dedicated to the Canby Public Library, the Ackerman Center, Canby High School, and the Canby Police Department, as well as the Canby Fire Department. McCall said the club's goal is to eventually establish peace poles at every school in Canby. Rotary International has long supported peace efforts, McCall said. Through our service projects, peace fellowships, and scholarships, our members are taking action to address the underlying causes of conflict, including poverty, inequality, ethnic tension, lack of access to education, and unequal distribution of resources. To help spread the word, local Rotary clubs have dedicated a number of peace poles throughout the Pacific Northwest. We think it's only appropriate to continue this effort here in Canby. To learn more about the Peace Pole Project, visit worldpeace.org/peacepoleproject. Canby High School's talented team of thespians is looking to make a splash with their spring musical this year as they present The Little Mermaid, the troupe's largest and most technically complicated production in several years. The play tells the classic story of Hans Christian Andersen's original Fishy Fable and Disney's beloved musical adaptation. Released to a worldwide acclaim in 1989, the animated film marked the start of what's known as the Disney Renaissance, and what people my age call literally our entire childhood. The stage adaptation features all the classic characters, including the titular mermaid Ariel, her father, King Triton, Prince Eric, Sebastian, Ursula, Flounder, Scuttle, and more. But with more depth and nuance than childhood fans of the film may remember. The musical also features favorite songs from the original as well as some new numbers. I think my favorite song is actually one of the ones that's unique to the musical, says Ray Moore, who stars as Ariel. It's in Act 2, Beyond My Wildest Dreams. You get to hear more of her thoughts and really see into her head, and it's just so fun. Moore grew up singing and said music has always been a big part of her home and family life, but water, not so much. Funny thing about that, I'm actually terrified of the ocean, Moore says with a laugh. Not just not a fan. Sullivan McIntosh, director of The Little Mermaid and Canby High School's drama teacher, said there are more than 50 students attached to this year's production. Definitely larger than Sweeney Todd last year or We Will Rock You the year before. McIntosh says, we definitely have a strong showing of students involved. 54 students by my count. We're really proud of the students' work and hope that the whole community makes it to the show. The Little Mermaid opened last week to rave reviews. Its final performances are scheduled for March 9th and 10th at 6 p.m., and March 11th at 2 p.m. at the Richard R. Brown Fine Arts Center at the Canby High School. Doors open 30 minutes before the show begins. Tickets are $10 for general admission, $8 for students and younger children, and free with Canby High ASB card. Tickets are available at the door. The performance is about 2 hours with one 15-minute intermission. Cougar Country Hometown Sports Coverage is brought to you by Reif & Hunsaker PC. When you need an attorney, turn to the firm Canby has trusted for over 50 years. Call them today at 503-266-3456. For the latest sports news, follow us on Twitter at Cougar Country and Instagram at Cougar Country Pod. The Canby High School equestrian team continued its reign, pun intended, of dominance at the second North Valley District meet this weekend, defeating Silverton to claim the overall large team title. The Cougs bested the Foxes in both individual events, 572 to 546, and team events, 228 to 222, to pull out the narrow victory, 800 to 768. The second North Valley meet was held March 3rd through 5th at the Oregon State Fairgrounds in Salem. The district's first Oregon High School Equestrian Team, or OSET, meet, held in January, had been even closer, albeit with the same results, with Canby squeaking out the team win by only 10 points, 803 to 793. In Meet 2, Canby's talented horsewomen were particularly impressive in the showmanship and in-hand trial competitions, with the Cougars' Sadie Schweitzer, Madison Wheeler, and Haley Magenheimer finishing first, second, and third to sweep both events. Canby's team of Hannah Smith, Madison Wheeler, and Haley Magenheimer, Madison Biggie, Sadie Schweitzer, and Addie Heineman took first place in the freestyle 5+, while the quartet of Hannah Smith, Madison Wheeler, Haley Magenheimer, and Sadie Schweitzer claimed gold in the in-hand obstacle relay. In other individual results, Sadie Schweitzer also claimed first in dressage and second in barrels. Addie Heineman finished on top in driving and second in saddle seat equitation, and Hannah Smith captured first in western horsemanship and third in saddle seat equitation. Lexi Williams brought home the gold in barrels and bronze in pole bending, while Madison Biggie placed first in individual flags and third in the keyhole and figure 8 events. Canby's working pair duos of Hannah Smith and Haley Smith and Sadie Schweitzer finished second and third, respectively. The OSET Championships will be held May 11th through the 14th at the Deschutes County Fairgrounds and Expo Center in Redmond. Okay, let's see. Natural gas, water lines out to the garage, extra bookshelves from a comic book collection.
Hey, Tyler, house hunting, huh? Find one with everything you're looking for?
I might have. This one has an ideal floor plan and all the utilities set up the way I want. It's perfect.
Well, that's great. And the place has the internet service you need as well?
The internet? I guess I didn't think to check that.
Tyler. Internet is an important utility just like electricity and water. Before you decide on a home, it's always a good idea to make sure it has access to quality, high-speed internet.
Okay, but how do I do that? I don't have the time to call around to different providers and see what they offer.
Hey, ain't nobody got time for that. All you need is the new Fiber Homes extension for Zillow. It's a simple plug-in for your internet browser that automatically tells you if any real estate listing has a fiber connection and who the provider is. That way, you know even before you schedule a walkthrough if the property supports super fast and reliable speeds.
Okay, well that's pretty cool. So how do I get this browser extension thingy?
Just visit directlink.coop/fiberhomes. They have instructions for how to set it up. And the best part? Any home in the Canby and Mount Angel areas with a fiber connection is going to be served by DirectLink. So not only do you have access to reliably fast gigabit speeds and amazing local service, but also unlimited data, no hidden fees, and advanced Wi-Fi equipment included with every package.
Okay. Oh, look! This one does have fiber!
Sweet! Hey, I'll be invited to the housewarming party, right?
As long as you bring a computer.
If you or someone you know is searching for a new home in the area, visit directlink.coop/fiberhomes to find results that have access to DirectLink's fast, reliable, and secure fiber optic network. All right, joining us on the Canby Conversation today, we are at the Clackamas County Fairgrounds chatting with the director, Brian Crow. Welcome back to the show, Brian. How are you?
Howdy.
And we're also introducing new to the Fairgrounds this year, Hannah Russell. Hi, Hannah. Welcome.
Hi.
So tell us a little bit about your role and how you got here to Canby.
So I am the sponsor and marketing coordinator here at the Clackamas County Fairgrounds, and I met Brian at WFA, which is Western Fairs Association conference.
Cool.
And I previously worked at the Columbia County Fairgrounds for the past 2 years. Mm-hmm. I managed that, and then
you managed the fair?
Yeah.
Wow.
And now I'm
It's a big deal.
working here. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, what are you kind of going to be focusing on here? I assume you're not going to be managing the whole thing here at Clackamas County.
No, I'm going to be working on getting sponsors for all the events and marketing and social media.
Okay, cool. How do you approach that kind of thing?
Well, I will say it is a little bit different here than it is in Columbia County, because Columbia County is very a very small community.
Okay, so
and
it's sort of take it for granted that they're going to be on board. Yeah.
Yeah, Clackamas County is huge, and so compared to Columbia County, and so I just plan on introducing myself to everybody and starting there with that.
Yeah. I won't say your age unless you'd like to share, but you're quite young. How did you get into this type of work?
Yeah, so I am 19, and so I applied in St. Helens in Columbia County where I live, and just as an office assistant. It's supposed to be a part-time job, 2 days a week, and
in between classes.
Yeah, because I am in college, and the office lady looked at me and she quit, and so it was my third weekend.
Did she quit because she looked at you?
Probably. No, and so I started there,
in
and then
small fairgrounds and small operations like that, the turnover can be tough.
It is, definitely. And so I took it on, and my sister Abby, she didn't really have a job at the time, and I was like, you want to come help me and be my assistant? And so I was 17 at the time, and I just started doing it, and ever since then I just have loved it. So.
Yeah, awesome. I'll kick it over to Brian, because that's kind of interesting to meet someone at an association event and sort of jump on them to hire them. What kind of stood out to you about Hannah and what you kind of saw in her that you wanted to get part of your team here?
So the story goes like this. I'm in the keynote session, listening to the speaker, and about halfway through I get a text from Lauren Humphreys.
Okay, board member.
She's a board member.
Yeah.
And she said, I need you to come out to the entranceway.
Uh-huh.
No idea what's going on.
What has Lauren done now?
Yeah, or what have I done? Probably more accurately, what have I done? And so I go out there, and she's chatting with Hannah and her sister, and we got to hear a little bit about Hannah's story, how she got into the business, like she just told you. And then, I started putting the pressure on her, started asking questions, and then I made her come out to dinner with us and our ticketing company and their web development arm. So it was 11 of our staff and spouses, and 5 or 6 others, and I really wanted to see how she did under pressure. So that's why I invited you. I didn't tell you that.
She didn't know that this was a job interview.
Well, she did great, and then after dinner, we had a chance to just chat. And one of the things that really impresses me about Hannah is, and something you don't find in a lot of youth, is she's got grit. She was telling me the story about the marketing budget for their fair. Being $2,500.
Wow.
And her sister went out and bought corrugated plastic blank signs, hand wrote them all, and put them all up around town.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah,
I mean,
very cool.
just that story.
Very creative problem solving.
Exactly. That story alone, I was like, okay, this kid's got something.
Right.
And so we had a couple more conversations. I made her an offer that she couldn't refuse.
Right.
And then she came to join us. So we're excited. I just in conversations from her, and then how hard she's been working since she got here. It was a coup.
If you go to a 19-year-old for marketing ideas, tell them we have a shoestring budget, what are we going to do, and they don't say TikTok, you've got someone special.
What's wrong with TikTok? we did a lot of TTok advertising this year.
Oh yeah, you're on there all the time.
Yeah, I spend most of my waking hours on TikTok.
Okay, scrolling. You did. It was your first fair last year, first Clackamas County Fair.
Yep. Not my first rodeo.
Not your first rodeo or fair, but without a person in this role that Hannah has. So you kind of did that yourself. What did you sort of see outside of Hannah and her individual talents, but kind of just of having a person do what you're going to be having her do for our fair this year?
So the executive director role is a big role.
Yeah.
And then we've got a lot of moving parts, more than just fair.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of a capital construction project.
Right.
And that takes a lot of time, and then just the management of staff and facilities is a lot of work.
Yeah.
So to say I did it last summer, I would put another word with that. I did it poorly.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't have the time.
Yeah.
So I'm really expecting, and I don't think you won't. I don't think you'll disappoint me. I'm really expecting that we'll double our sponsorship and our partnership with local organizations, as well as having someone that can look after all of the minutia of the marketing part of it. You got to have conversations with radio stations and TV stations and OTT and podcasts and all the. I mean, there's.
Yeah.
She's got a little bit bigger budget here than she had over there.
Yeah, $2,600.
Yeah, we're getting close. $2,750. And I'm excited to see how she leverages that because she'll have the time to really give it the love it needs.
Absolutely.
Last summer I did hire just a contract person, Susie, to look after at least the traditional marketing portions of it. I still looked after the social media, and Trina in our office helped me out with that. But having someone that can see the 360-degree look at the marketing programs, and as we're adding new signature events, we've got this May we're adding the Canby Brew Fest, which is going to be a big deal. We can talk about that a little later.
Yeah, okay.
We're adding wine and paint nights. We've got a plethora of concerts coming this summer. for partnering with True West Productions.
Hairfest coming back.
Hairfest 11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Goes to 11.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
To Spinal Tap enthusiasts.
Yeah.
And so just having her available to help us not just focus on one event, but to take our marketing strategy and our corporate brand strategy, if you will, and have it be fluid and connect all those pieces together.
Yeah.
One of the things she's working on this year that I really would like to have accomplished last year, but it came on a little bit late, is on the partnership side of things.
Yeah.
We want to be able to offer local businesses, regional businesses, the ability to sponsor and partner with us on all of our signature events.
Mm-hmm.
And so we would approach them one time a year.
Yeah.
And then they get great exposure throughout all the events throughout the year. And for local businesses, we had just about 300,000 people come on our property for the last 12 months. And a great majority of them are local.
Yeah.
A huge majority, having just a holistic look at all of our events and being able to offer, partnership opportunities that cover the entire scope of what we're doing. And, we're adding signature events at a pretty good pace now.
Yeah.
And we're looking at doing maybe a Texas Hold'em poker tournament.
Fun.
And also adding like a casino night down here. All as fundraisers for the Fairgrounds Improvement Foundation, who is helping fund the construction of the new building.
Yeah, awesome. And for Hannah, a relatively low bar to clear to someone in their first year doing 100 other jobs and admitting that he did the job poorly. So no, I'm sure
the bar is not high.
I'm sure that you'll crush it, no matter how high or low it's set. But yeah, let's talk about some of the events we've got coming up. Actually, first let's look back at your first year in the fair because it was one of our best, right? Some record-setting things did happen, and part of that was coming back from COVID.
The best one I've ever done here.
Yes,
by a long shot.
For sure.
It's in the top one. We had a great year. Financially, the fair made a little bit of money.
Yeah,
we've been here for 115 years, and for the majority of those, the fair never turned a profit.
Yeah.
So, and that's
pretty typical.
It's pretty typical. Yeah. The fair is generally not the main money maker.
Yeah.
It's those interim events, like we talk about in the rentals. But we had a sold out rodeo Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We've never sold out Thursday before. Physical attendance, we had 100,000 people come through the gates over the 5 days.
Wow.
And that's a good number.
Yeah.
We're in the top, if not the top 3, the top 5 for fairs in Oregon.
It was a great rodeo last year as well. I went a couple times. Yeah.
We're part of the PRCA,
right?
The Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association.
Right.
And we're number 37 out of 770 rodeos.
Wow.
In that organization. So
in terms of the purse, right? That's
in terms of the purse, right?
Yeah.
And so we get world class competitors. We had a couple of athletes that performed here went on to the national finals rodeo.
Yeah.
Stetson Wright was one of them. Yeah. That's what I was trying to remember. Stetson.
Yeah.
And we had the Wright brothers here.
Yeah.
And it's super fun when I had the honor to go to the NFR this year one day, and when you see the same performers here as you see, it's like the Super Bowl of rodeos.
Yeah.
We're a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, in the scheme of all of these rodeos, we're one of the top, and I'm super impressed with the show. We're going to continue to refine it and make it better and faster. But our Canby Rodeo committee works really hard to present that.
Yeah.
And I can happily say that I had very little to do with the rodeo.
I know one of the things that you leaned into, Brian, and part of your background on the concert promoting and music side is really didn't, and you said this, you weren't looking to really make a lot of changes, but one thing that I know that you did lean hard into and I think bring a lot to was the music side, the after party, some of the bands and things that you were able to get here. You kind of focused on that a bit this year, I believe, or last year.
Yeah, so we were intentional on Friday and Saturday night to have rodeo after parties.
Yeah.
This summer, we're going to have rodeo after parties all 5 nights.
Awesome.
They'll all go
It was a big hit.
They'll all go to 11.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
And literally 11.
Yes,
11, maybe a little beyond that.
Yeah.
But we got some great bands lined up. Super excited about local girl Jessie Lee. She's playing Friday night.
Nice.
And
She's great.
Yeah. She's killer. And,
Yeah.
and you can watch the Facebook page for the announcements of our other acts we have coming. But it's going to be a music-filled summer out here. So when you add in the True West concerts to Hairfest and then Fair, it just falls right in my wheelhouse, the live music side of things. And when the new building is
finished, be responding to it. Like I remember, I think I was on Saturday for the after party, and it was a great time. People were loving it. It was packed.
It was packed. They were dancing. We captured some of the people that typically after the rodeo they go down to the backstop or to the Wild Hare or one of the local restaurants. We were able to keep them here with us, and then they're buying food from our food vendors and beer from the beer stand. Yeah. So it's something that I saw that was well received, and so we're just going to capitalize on that. That main lawn stage tent is going to be significantly larger this year. Cool. So it's going to be a great year. Yeah. And if we don't have snow or something during fair, I think we'll be in really good shape.
Anything else new or sort of things that you're excited about for this year's fair?
Well, camels will be back.
Okay.
We'll have camel rides.
Yes.
That's exciting. A lot more music.
Yeah.
So music going on all day, every day. The other thing we're going to do kind of cool in that roadway stage tent is we're going to have a big LED screen, and we're going to, when there isn't music playing on the stage, we'll be running previous year's rodeos on it, so you can just hang out in there and have your lunch and watch the 2021 and 2022 rodeos.
Yeah. Very cool. A lot of the things that are kind of smaller elements to some people, but really cool that they're still such a big part of our fair. The crafts and quilting and all that is still going to be just as grand as ever.
I think it's going to be grander.
Yeah.
Granderer.
even more granderer.
Yes, definitely. Wow. It's not fully fleshed out, but we're going to be doing something with the elementary schools throughout Clackamas County.
Nice.
To allow kids to make art in class and then display it here.
Very cool.
Yeah. So pretty stoked about that.
Attention, listeners of the Now Hear This Canby podcast, we have some big news. The Wild Hare Saloon, Canby's favorite place to eat, drink, and have fun, is celebrating their 20th year in business in 2023. Owners Joan and Darren Monin started the Wild Hare in their beloved hometown of Canby as a way to serve their friends and neighbors and give back to their community. The Wild Hare is a huge supporter of Canby's youth, athletics, and nonprofit organizations, giving back more than $20,000 to local causes every year. And with their award-winning service and experienced crew, they'll make you feel like family, whether you're a weekly regular or stopping by for the very first time. After 2 decades in business, the Wild Hare is officially the longest-running full-service family restaurant in Canby. Of course, you don't last 20 years in the restaurant game without top-of-the-line food and drinks, and the Wild Hare's newly updated menu is one of the best in the Willamette Valley, featuring juicy steaks and piled-high handmade burgers, fresh seafood, sandwiches and wraps, and mouth-watering appetizers. The Wild Hare chefs and bar crew are passionate about their craft, using only the best and freshest ingredients, locally sourced where possible. Whatever your flavor or preferences, the Wild Hare Saloon has something for everyone to get your taste buds hopping. The Wild Hare also has an expansive covered patio, furry friends welcome, live music and events, prime rib specials Fridays and Saturdays, and kids eat free on Mondays with the purchase of an adult entree. If you're looking for delicious home-style cooking, cold beer and drinks, and great company, look no further than the Wild Hare Saloon, located at 1190 Southwest Highway 99E next to the Space Age in Canby, and at 1656 Beaver Creek Road in Oregon City. Menus and more info online at thewildharesaloon.net.
Do you want to switch to looking toward the future? I mean, what's coming up?
I was gonna let's talk about Brewfest.
Brewfest.
Yeah, we've mentioned it, but we didn't really talk about it. So this is a revived and recreated.
Yeah, so this is an event that has lived here for a number of years, formerly known as Taste and Tunes, and then before that, Wine, Food, and Brew.
Yeah.
And a lot of the ways those events operated was they allowed local breweries and local wineries to come down and sample their product. We're reimagining it this year, and we're going to be featuring over 80 brews on tap, from beers to ciders to seltzers. We'll have local wines available. It is a lot, but it's a variety. So if you're into sampling, you can come and sample a particular one. If you like it, you can get a full glass, or you can just sample all night long.
Yeah.
But the thing that we're flipping the switch on is we're creating a party atmosphere, and we'll have some really great music coming. Friday night of and the dates are May 12th and 13th. Yep. So it's Mother's Day weekend, but not on Mother's Day. Okay. So if your mother-in-law's coming over on Mother's Day, and you really need
some beer.
You really need to prepare for that.
Drink.
This is the place to do it.
Or you want to take her out if she's a lovely lady, which I'm sure all mother-in-laws are.
Mothers-in-laws are the best. And then Friday night we've got Redwood Sun. He's played at the fair a number of times. He played I think 3 or 4 times last summer.
Awesome. Yeah.
Really great really great artist, and he's got his band coming with him. And then Friday night, Red Light Romeos, regional band. They're a 70s cover band. So it's kind of a 70s versus 80s weekend.
Cool.
So Friday night will be the Red Light Romeos. Saturday night is Radical Revolution.
Yeah.
Another really fantastic regional cover band that just plays all kinds of 80s hits.
Yeah.
And, the 80s were my jam.
Is it a little bit of, and maybe it was in the past, but it feels like the way you're kind of staging it is to really be kind of the summer kickoff here at the fairgrounds. Is that accurate?
I think that's an accurate statement.
Yeah.
We're past most of the rain.
Yeah.
And we're ready.
Again.
Yeah, ready for summer to come.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention some of the lineup we have on a Saturday. So Friday it goes from 5 to 11, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Goes to 11 again. Yeah. All of our stuff goes to 11. All of it. And then Saturday we start at 11 and go to 11. And we'll have Hannah Wood. We've got a great band called Phoenix coming.
Nice.
Sweetwater Band. And we have Bottleneck Blues Band during the day. And then coming on at 7 o'clock, going to 11 is the Radical Revolution. So all tons of music, tons of fun. It is a fundraiser.
Yeah.
And it benefits the Fairgrounds Improvement Foundation.
Yeah.
Again, they're the ones that are helping us fund building on our new building. We're going to have raffles. We'll have games, all kinds of stuff. Just so you can come and while away the hours, listen to some great music, dance, have fun. So it's really going to be an awesome event. We're excited about it, and if it's successful, we'll do it a couple of times a year.
Yeah,
and we'll do one in September and one in May every year.
Yeah,
yeah. I think it will be.
Yeah, yeah. It's got a great logo too. I was noticing that.
Yeah,
whoever came up with that, super creative.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say in the top 10 logo designers in Canby.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Whoever it was, top 15 maybe. True West shows.
Yeah, we're excited about that.
That's new?
It's new.
Yeah.
It's new this year. A couple of the guys.
True West has worked with some of the Hairfest people and some of the, I don't know.
That's how I got exposed to them. Was
I don't know exactly how those relationships work, but I know there were relationships.
A couple of guys from True West helped Hairfest and Wild Hair Festival. And if they merge, it'll have to be called True Fest.
True Fest, Hair West.
Hair West.
Hair West, True Fest.
I like Hair West. That's even better. And that's a ball that's been in play for before I got here.
Yeah.
So we were able to find a weekend for them at the end of June, first part of July, to do 3 concerts down here.
Yeah.
I can't say who the June 30th concert is
Right.
yet because they haven't announced it. But
Yeah.
the July 1st show is Indigo Girls with Nico Case.
Yeah.
Great folk band.
Yeah.
Both of them are really awesome. And then the July 2nd is Jason Isbell on the 400 unit.
Yeah.
And they've got special guest Deer Tick.
Oh, wow.
I listened to them today.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard of them before. But
Yeah. Yeah. Tell us about
folk.
them. Ringing endorsement. I know with the Indigo Girls, people were really excited when that was announced. So.
And Jason Isbell.
Yeah.
I mean, he's hot right now.
Yeah.
Our phone started ringing as soon as the announcement was made.
Yeah. Awesome. Very cool.
So that's another great thing. And then a couple weeks later is Hairfest.
Yeah.
So July is going to be music month.
Yeah.
For sure.
I know, Hairfest obviously was a great time, but I think in particular the Wild Hair Music Festival last year was just such a great, amazing turnout and such a great time, and just really kind of cemented something that I guess hadn't really been done like that before here at the fairgrounds. But this is a phenomenal venue for live music when it's done the way that it should be and can be done.
Yeah, when it's done properly.
Yeah.
Our carnival lot is, I can't remember how many hundreds of thousands of square feet it is, but it's big and it can support, I think they had 6,000 was their sellout night the Friday of Wild Hair.
For Zach Bryan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it didn't seem too busy to me. I felt like,
out there obviously there's a big crowd, but it wasn't like you were gasping for air or anything like that. I mean, there's still space, honestly.
There was, but when you're bringing in an unknown into a new environment, that it's better to be safe on that side than to sell too many tickets and create an unsafe situation.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was safe. It was great. We had no incidents for either Hairfest or Wild Hairfest, and we're proud to have them back this year. I wish Wild Hairfest was able to come back, but extenuating circumstances prevented them from doing it this year. Nothing that they could control.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. Anything else big coming down the pike that you can talk about, or
we want to talk about some of the events we've got coming in the next 6 months?
Sure. What else is?
So March 11th is the Fair and Rodeo Court coronation.
Okay.
It's where we officially crown Alexis, our queen, a rodeo queen.
Right. She was kind of familiar. She's still similar to last year.
Yeah, she was. She was also the queen last year,
yes.
And graciously stepped up for us again this year.
She did a phenomenal job.
She did a really good job.
Yeah.
And she's just a sweetheart.
Yes.
All around.
Yeah.
March 18th, we've got the tax sale. And then moving into April, the 2nd through the 8th, return of the Spring in the Country Bazaar. It's an annual thing that happens down here. It's really cool. April 12th, we're doing a Red Cross blood drive. And then the 29th of April is the Canby Historical Society's flea market.
Oh, cool.
That's a fun one.
Yeah,
just fill up the downstairs of the pavilion and people come and sell their stuff. I'll probably sell some stuff this year. We'll see. May 6th and 7th, the Master Gardeners are bringing back their Spring Garden Fair.
Awesome.
And the rule I learned last year is don't plant anything until after the Spring Garden Fair.
Yes.
I planted early. We had a frost.
Yeah. Those gardeners, they know what they're talking about, man. You gotta listen to them.
You know what? They tried to tell me, and I didn't listen.
This would be their first since COVID, right?
No, we did it last year.
Did they do it last year? Okay, good.
Yeah, we did it a little earlier in the year, and it rained the whole weekend. And then the Clackamas Mineral and Gem Show.
It's always a good time.
The 27th and 28th of May.
A rockin' time.
Super excited about June.
Mm-hmm.
We have had the Oregon Renaissance Fair here for a number of years for 2 weekends.
Yeah.
And they're expanding to a third weekend this year.
Nice.
So the weekend of the 3rd and the 4th, the 10th and 11th, and the 17th and 18th.
Yeah.
We'll have all your costume folks down here enjoying the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah.
I saw it for the first time last year and was really cool.
Yeah.
Again, we got a little bit of rain.
Yeah.
But that didn't seem to stop them from having fun.
Now, are they expanding their footprint at all, or looking? Because I know they were challenged on, which I guess is a good problem to have, but they were kind of slammed that last weekend.
So there's a couple of things that are happening this year that'll be a little different.
Yeah.
They're going to expand their footprint a little bit.
Yeah.
They're bringing in a number of really large tents.
Okay.
So there's some refuge. If we do have rain,
yeah.
there's a place for people to go.
Yeah.
And hang out. If the weather is nice enough, they're talking about using the rodeo arena for the jousting.
Oh, cool. That would be awesome.
It would be awesome if the ground is wet at all. That dirt is slicker than snot on a doorknob.
Yeah.
So
that's a great saying.
Yeah. Thank you. I don't know. I said that all my whole life.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the other thing that they're changing is that instead of buying a pass to come to Renaissance Fair and you can come whatever day you want.
Yeah.
They're selling them by the day.
Okay.
So they can control that. Like what happened last year was rain the first weekend, rain Saturday the second weekend, and so everybody decided Sunday was the day they were going to come, and that's when we reached capacity for that day.
Yeah.
So smart new changes. I think it's going to be really awesome, and it sounds like they want to expand even more in the future years.
Awesome.
So. It's a really awesome event.
Yeah. Very glad that's coming back.
And then the weekend following the Ren Fair is the Clackamas Kennel Club.
Mm-hmm.
We have 5,000 dogs down here running around doing agility and getting judged and all that. It's always fun. What else we have here? 4-H Horse Fair, July 19th to the 23rd. This is getting boring.
No.
Am I boring you?
No, not at all.
Do you need a coffee or something? and coming back, which we haven't had for since COVID, is the Canby Auto Swap.
Okay.
So that's the September 1st. And then September 14th is the Historical Society's flea market's coming back.
Thank you.
There's a list for you if you want to
absolutely
write an article.
So what is the auto swap?
It's swap meet.
Okay.
So it's people, if you have an extra fender for your 39 Ford and you want to bring it down and sell it, you buy a space from them and
there you
throw it on your space, and hopefully someone wants to buy it.
That's great. So yeah, a lot of really fun stuff. A lot of the kind of traditional, fun, and classic events. It'll be a busy year at the fairgrounds.
It's going to be really busy, but on the other hand, it's going to be really awesome.
Yeah.
Nothing is worse than nothing happening.
Right.
You're just sitting waiting for the phone to ring or something. We don't have that problem here.
Yeah.
Our phone's always ringing, and we, if you just look at our calendar, these are the public events.
Yeah.
And this doesn't have anything to do with the private events
Right.
that fill our calendar up.
Right. So. Right. Last thing I want to ask you, Brian, is just it's such a unique thing that we have here. I feel where we've got, as you mentioned, all the space, a lot of different things we can do with it, but still basically in the heart of a not a huge town, but a urban area. That's pretty unusual, is it not, for fairgrounds and things to sort of be embedded in their communities like they are, and not out in a few miles outside of town or.
I think the majority of the fairgrounds across the state are in smaller communities.
Yeah.
And it's a really good point that you brought up there. You know how a politician says, answer the question you wish you were asked.
Right.
We're here to serve not only the community of Canby and the Clackamas County, but also the state when it comes to natural disasters.
Yeah.
We stand up our resources whenever there's a fire that someone needs to evacuate to, or when we had the ice storms, creating warming shelters, a place for people to come plug in their phones and charge their phones and communicate. And that's every fairgrounds across the state does that for their community. And 2020 was a really great example when we had thousands of people and animals camping down here because of the fires.
Yep.
I know in Jefferson County where I worked, we had 1,000 firefighters that were based out of our fairgrounds.
Yeah.
Deschutes County had the same thing. They had hot shot crews and fire crews and command centers staying there. Jackson County is the same. Lake County. I think pretty much every county across the state in 2020 was impacted by the incredible wildfires we experienced, and that's really, we're here to be a community gathering place, but we're also here to be a resource for the community when they need us.
Yeah. Awesome. They call that technique bridging.
Is that what that's called?
Going from the question you were asked to what you actually want to say.
Yeah.
So that's a great question. But what I'm really here to talk about is Hannah. We'll end it with you. How can folks, if they are interested in learning more about sponsorship or being a vendor at events, how can they get in touch with you?
Yep, they can call the fair office or email me. And my email is Hannah, HANNAR, @ccfairevents.com.
Phone number's right here on my
business card.
Or call at 503-266-1136.
Should have that memorized soon. Hannah, Brian, thank you guys so much for being on the show today. Looking forward
Thank
to
you.
Thank you.
a fun year.
Hey, I'm AJ. I'm your local Oddmos franchise owner.
I'm Mike, co-founder of Oddmos.
And we're the hosts of The Odd Pod, a podcast about
life in the pizza industry. We're going to have on some franchisees. We're going to have some different vendors on. We're going to get a snapshot of what goes on behind the scenes in the pizza world.
Don't forget to tell them about the sports.
There's sports.
And the crazy wacky pizza that we have every Wednesday that we create. And we also have a special guest every week as well.
And I'm Gage, Odd Pod's senior sports analyst.
Gage, who gave you that title?
Me.
Oh boy. Find us on Spotify and Apple Music and the Podbean.
Now Hear This Canby is produced by me, Tyler Clausen. Our content director and star reporter is Tyler Frankie. And of course, our show is edited by Cameron Clausen. We also feature the vocal talents of Joyce Struby and James Walden. So a round of applause to them. The song that you're hearing right now is Canby by singer-songwriter Olivia Harms, used with her permission. To find more work from her, you can visit her website olivia13.com.
Now Hear This Canby is dedicated to preserving independent local journalism and redefining local news with our fun, fresh, and energetic brand of storytelling. Our sincere thanks to our local sponsors who make this show possible. Please show your appreciation by supporting the small businesses who support us.
The production of Now Hear This Studios, Canby's locally owned, full-service audio, video, and media production company. Our mission is to produce the best content in the universe, and we'd love to help you do it. Find us online at nhtstudios.com.
I will take a motion to adjourn.
I just moved it.
I didn't even ask for it, though.